I'm live. It says so this time. I don't know if I went live the last time, but here I am. Hi. Um, so as the time suggests, choose life. Choose life. Choosing life is one of the hardest things that I do. Choosing life is one of the most rewarding things that I do. Choosing life is an adventure every single day that I am committed to. And at the same time, some of that old programming that is, like some of it's just like woven into the being that I am, reminds me of all of the ways that uh, I was convinced otherwise. We are fed so much false information. We are fed so many lies. We are fed so much programming. And some of us get fed some really ugly programming. And one of the greatest blessings of my life is that I understood the power of words. I understood that um, in the beginning there was the word, right? Like I understood that in a way that I think other people didn't get, like, or don't get. I don't know. I think that we all get it. I think that we're all freaking brilliant. I think that we're all such amazing beings, and I think that we are so capable of so much more than what it looks like we're capable of. And I just and I'm sitting here this morning like really I had to ask for help from a friend who doesn't have to help me, and because I won't ask, and I don't want to ask, and I know that I'm going to need, so it's like I don't have very many people that I can go to for the kinds of support that I need. And it's so fun, like this life, being this person gets to be such an adventure, and I would not wish this adventure on anyone, not even in the slightest, not because I've had a harder time than anyone else or because my life has been more, life is pretty hard, and it has been really hard for a lot of people for a really long time. And I don't think that's okay. I think it's time for that to change. I know that there are enough of us here. If we put our collective minds together, we can effectively transform the future for our children to be able to have life. Life. I saw some random post on Facebook today about, environmental protection that through technology that apparently Elon Musk is whatever purporting. And I'll tell you what, electric vehicles are not any better than your gas fueled vehicles. I mean, they're really not. If we want to choose life, choosing life doesn't mean getting into your little box, sitting there in the road rage that is, because it is, like it's an air about the driving world, like there's a whole bunch of stuff, like we're choosing to go back into these patterns every day, we're choosing that this is how we're going to be, and it's life is bigger than that. Life is bigger than that. Life has a whole world of reality that it gets to be in, and we are that reality. We are the life, like together as a part of this whole entire beautiful globe. We are the life, and so what does that mean, especially on days like this when I wake up and there's a bunch of stuff that, like, are they, like all the questions, all of the different stuff that we wake up with, like what I do when I wake up, first things first, I always spread my arms open wide and I say, thank you for letting me wake up today, and then I drink some water, which I've often prayed over many times throughout the course of the day. And I have often asked for guidance from water because water knows more than I do. Water is more ancient than we are, and without water, we would not exist. And so I try to go to the source, right? Like, I don't know anything. And sometimes, in fact, I feel like I know less than nothing about pretty much being anything at all, and so I do know that I'm 75 to 90% water, depending on the day, and that I only recently began to choose life. I had chosen to believe in these destructive patterns that people have chosen to pursue. And don't get me wrong, I use a car. I don't use it very often. I don't use it every day. And when I do have access to the freedom of using it whenever I don't just get in for a 5-minute drive to the store, right? Like, I plan ahead and do my best to make my turning the key in the ignition and lighting that fuel up. I try to make it worthwhile for more than just, me. And I'm not expecting any of you to give up all of your selfish ways all at once, but I do want to open this conversation where we are not here alone, right? It's not humans planet, it's not a planet just for humans. It's a planet for all of us, and that is the air and the earth and, and this, we are not any more or less precious. We are not any more or less special. Like, what we are is really abusive and really destructive right now. And we don't have to be. We can change. We can choose a different way forward. And and I have family in the military. I have people in my life that I love so dearly who have been so permanently impressed upon that this is the way that it is supposed to be. But this isn't the way. This isn't the way forward. This is not choosing life. This is not choosing love. This is not choosing that we get to have our children have a place to play, and, if y'all want to go to space, that sounds great. But don't do it because you want to kill the planet. Don't do it because you think that killing the planet is the only way to get there. We're better than that. We can do better. And I don't see us doing better right now. And so today, choosing life is the most difficult thing I can imagine. Why on earth would you want to look forward to living on this planet? Especially with the way that people are. Oh my gosh. And then I am reminded that maybe I just need to move to the global south where people are still people. Oh, wait. The people who live up here in the north are doing their very best to make sure that the people in the south do not realize how powerful and amazing that they are. And they're doing that through harm. And we're all contributing to that harm here in the north. We're all contributing to that harm here in the north because we have not addressed our mindsets. We have not addressed our deep-seated and really disgusting beliefs that there's any reason for the color of my skin or the color of your skin to make you better or me better or any of that, absolutely no reason for this chaotic thing except for the destruction and the rape and the tearing apart of what we inherited so that we could pass it on to our children, right? I'm really working on this. I'm really how do we do what we're supposed to do? Some people are like, oh, give me all the money and I'll help you, right? And the thing is the people who need help don't have all the money to give you. So I came here because I know those people actually deserve your help a lot more than the people who have all the money to give you. So I am just working on this. I'm working through it, trying to figure it out. And I would love to have bigger conversations with more people about the things that I'm thinking about. And as And many of you know, if you're watching my channel, this is really just for me to come and work this out. And I'm not expecting any response. I'm just saying it out loud. Choosing life is the hardest thing that I do. Choosing that suicidal ideation for so long was so easy. Like, it makes so much sense why I would not want to be here. I mean, I was told that I didn't deserve to be here. I was told that I wasn't worth much. I was told so many things, and that started when I was really little wee, you know. So of course I believed so much because, like, I had no evidence otherwise, you know. And so my greatest failure in life is becoming my greatest blessing. It's taking me a little bit to forgive myself, and it will take even longer to make the repairs. Some of them will be instant, and some of them have already begun. And some of them will reveal themselves when we're all strong enough to see the parts that we can contribute. And I think I would just love for you to all know, like, choosing life is hard and it's worthwhile. Choosing life is a blessing and an adventure, and it's not easy. You're not alone. Choosing life is a beautiful gift, not just to yourself, but to this universe that wants to lift you up and empower you and embolden you and teach you how incredibly awesome you are. So choose life every day, no matter how hard it is. And believe me, it's going to get hard sometimes, and it'll get easier, and we'll see, like, life is a beautiful adventure.